croissant.
Welcome back, I'm Croissant, and this week I want to do something that I've never really done before, but I want to do 2026 gaming resolutions. It's still kind of the start of the new year, and I thought this would be a good way to plan out my year games-wise and think about what I want to play, how I want to play them, and different habits that I want to develop or get back to in this hobby. In 2025 and 2024, I only beat like 3 games each in both of those years, and that's a change from how I normally played games. I would normally beat like at least 10 games a year. And life just got in the way. I was still playing a lot of games, but I wasn't finishing them. So this year, I'd really like to get back to finishing at least 10 games a year. I've tried to move away from beating every game that I play because I'm not playing games to suffer, I'm playing games to enjoy them. So if I'm no longer enjoying a game and having fun, which is the point of playing video games, then I'm just going to move to the next one. However, there are a lot of games that I want to play new and old that I already have, and I would really like to beat at least 10, which I feel like is a good solid number. And that could be any genre, JRPGs, or maybe some action games, or maybe some old Xbox games that I haven't played in a while. I don't know. We'll have to see what I end up playing. Last year, for example, I started Oblivion, I played Avowed, and I didn't finish either one of those games, but I got like at least halfway through both of those, and I just kind of fell off after a while. Another game, I started playing Metro 2033 Redux, and I got about a fourth or a third of the way through the game, and then it just dropped it. So I would really like to revisit some of those games that I dropped and finish them. Number 2 is a bigger one. This is about curating my collection. I've seen a lot of videos about this recently, and it made me think I do have a lot of games that have just been sitting on the shelves for years. Like I've been started collecting games around when I was 12 or 13, and a lot of those games have gone untouched because I either don't want to hook up the hardware to play them, or it's just not easy, or I don't enjoy all the games that I have in my collection. So why would I keep them around if they don't mean something to me, or if I'm not going to play them ever again? So my goal for this year is to go through my entire collection and remove all of the games that don't have a special connection with me or that I do not plan to play. Not only will this impact my current collection as I trim the fat of what I already have, but moving forward, it'll keep me from buying new games that I don't really care that much about. Just the box looks cool, or I think it'd be a good thing to have in my collection. As you can tell from my last video, there's a lot of games that I'm looking forward to this year, but I don't need to buy any and everything because it'll just end up catching dust on my shelf, and there's only so much time we have to play games. Number 3 is I want to dive back into the Sega Dreamcast. So last year around March, I bought a Dreamcast and I ended up collecting about 5 games in a couple months, and I have not really touched those games, but the Sega Dreamcast is a really cool system to me. It's one that I've never really played before, and I've always wanted to get my hands on and explore. And I think with the 5 games I have, like they fit my taste and what I would have played back then if I was a Dreamcast owner. So I really like to go back and really get a feel for that system and maybe buy another game or two, but I would really like to get through the games that I've already bought, see how I feel, and then buy more. Maybe I won't like it as much. Maybe I won't like the Dreamcast as much. I don't think that'll be the case. The Dreamcast is such a cool system to me, and it's been a small obsession of mine, so I think I'll stick with it, and it's such a special system that deserves all the love that it gets from what I've seen. I really love the vibe of the Dreamcast, and I really wanted, like Blue Stinger, I have that on there. I have not played it yet, so that's one of the big goals this year, is to really get back into the Dreamcast and see what it has to offer. My final resolution for this year is to play less multiplayer games. Now, I do love a multiplayer game. You know I love Call of Duty. I enjoy playing my Fortnite. I used to love Apex Legends, but I need to take a step back from playing multiplayer games because they take so much time away from other games. Like grinding in Fortnite or Call of Duty can easily give you a couple hundred hours of game time that you are wasting in those games. It's so easy to just dive into a multiplayer game because you know exactly what you're getting into. It's comfort food and you're not really challenging yourself. But I want to challenge myself to play more single player games that have been sitting on my shelf. They're all factoring into each other. Can you see? Can you tell? It's hard, especially with season passes and stuff like Fortnite does every 3 months, where there's a brand new collaboration and a new map and new points of interest to explore, which I do enjoy those for the most part. Sometimes, they're kind of meh. It's harder when you have friends that want to play with you, and I'm not saying I will never play multiplayer games this year. I just want to wind it back a little bit because I really want to get back into the single player experiences. This is what happened to me a lot in middle school and high school. The new Call of Duty would come out, all my friends would be playing it, and I would get other games for Christmas or my birthday, and I would not really play those because I was playing with my friends on Call of Duty most of the time. And I would dip my toe into some of those games. Like Resident Evil 6, that's a good one. I remember asking for that back when it came out, and I got it for Christmas. and I played like the first couple missions, and then it was on to Modern Warfare 3 or whatever Call of Duty was out at that time. And I feel myself falling back into that as an adult now, and I'm like, I can't fall back into that. So this year, hopping back into single player games, finishing games, curating my collection, and Sega Dreamcast. Those are my top 4 gaming resolutions that I have this year, and I will maybe do a video at the end of the year recapping how well I did with these. That's all this week, a little bit of a shorter video, but down in the comments below I'd like to know what your gaming resolutions are, if you have any. What games do you want to play? Are there any habits you'd like to change? Do you want to buy more games or do you want to buy less games? If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.